Hello everyone and welcome back to Macro Day here on Scriptcase by Jamie. And today we are going to tackle a super important topic in web development, and that is of course security. And our macro of choice for this little mission of ours is the SC site SSL. And that is SC underscore site underscore SSL. And you can think of this little macro as your application's built-in bouncer. Yes, the guy sitting at the door at your local bar, checking everyone when they are coming in and making sure that the bar entrance is beautiful and secure. Well, if that's always the case. Well, okay, so what's the SC site SSL main gig? Well, you see it here on your screen here. I have it here. So today's macro, and we have it here as the SCS, and we have it here as the SC underscore site underscore SSL. And its main core purpose is to detect if your website is being accessed via HTTPS. That's the HTTPS for secure encrypted version of HTTP. Basically, you have your HTTP website that you just plonk somewhere. I like how you say, just plonk it somewhere, and then it is identified with an SSL certificate, or secured with an SSL certificate, which identifies then the server and the platform you're viewing. Basically that communication between the end user's browser and the server is secure, they say. Okay, so this macro helps you for those purposes, because of course that's exactly what it does. It puts you in a secure space, which you generally want. So this macro is basically your first line of defense, helping you to enforce secure communication or even redirect your users to a secure version of your website. And making sure they don't sneak in through any back alleyway doorway that you have hidden away there somewhere, that they can maybe access your data. So it's really good to use when, well, there's so many purposes. Okay, so instead of actually showing you it here within the blank application, because it is one of those really weird macros, as it is. So I will come directly to a form application, and one of the great things about this macro is that its scope is pretty huge, right? You can use it across all of Scriptcase's applications. So yes, grids, forms, control applications, typically the blank. Well, I could probably use it in the blank as well, but we'll go back there in a few moments. For now, we'll just concentrate on the form, and then we'll check it out here. Okay, so within here, we can apply it also to just about any event that we want to. So we have the on application init, on script init, on refresh, on validate, on insert, on before, yada yada. So we can use it within the majority of events that we have in applications when we want to either verify something, when we load the application. Just generally, when you would want to use it, you can use this macro. So if I come here to the onScriptInit event, and let me run first of all this form application, and we can see the default form as it generally is. So with this macro being pretty versatile, we can use it for all sorts of reasons, which is then pretty awesome. So let me start off by here, first of all, adding here my if event. And then here I can then add the SC site underscore SSL macro. And then within this, I can basically check if this website is secure. So if I go echo, and I will then say here, okay, secure. Okay, let me add a lowercase there. Now, we can then also go else if we wanted to, and we can then echo not secure. And if I go ahead and run that, we have then here our form application. And as I am running this locally in HTTP, as I know, then it is indicating as not secure. Now, if I have this online or somewhere where I have an SSL certificate applied to the domain, then I can use the HTTP certification for the browser communication. And well, with that, this will then change to OK secure. So in many cases, you can use this for so many different purposes. So, of course, detecting whether SSL is available and confirmed, if everything's honky-dory, you may say, or just in a good condition so that you can continue with your communication. Now, it's unsafe, then maybe you want to redirect the user to a safer version or an alternative page or whatever it may be. So there are quite a few use cases, not only in redirecting users, blocking sensitive forms unless they are maybe accessed securely, making sure that your payment information is secured within that application that is currently being used, or any of that company data is secured, as well as for auditing purposes and so forth. It is a good thing to apply within your code. So there are quite a few reasons, and of course a lot of examples that you may want to actually use this specific macro. But I'm afraid that is all for today's macro. So I will be creating a special video for members only, and that will be over on the ScriptcaseByJamie website, video website should I say, and there you can check out the member videos. So do be sure to check that out, because you'll have some extra content for this specific macro, and of course other macros up and coming, or even the older ones. We'll go through those ones and we'll throw some extra interesting videos there for members only, so you have some great examples on how you can use these awesome macros within your Scriptcase applications. Because I'm always saying how awesome Scriptcase is, and it really is pretty awesome. So let me show you here, first of all, the blank application, because really right now this is giving me an error message, because it's just one of those things. So I'm going to come here and create a new blank application, and what I'm going to do then is copy what we have here and then apply that here within this blank application. Because as I mentioned previously, and as it is in many of the cases when I show these videos, some of these may indicate that this is a bug or an issue, and really it's not. It's because this macro, it needs to be used in a very specific way. So as I say, in a very specific way, because it isn't just a macro, it basically works as a function already. I just call this macro/function, and then it will allow me to use it. Now it has to be then used with maybe an if-else statement or an if statement. I don't need the else. I can just have that like so, and that is it. And then from there, there's nothing. And of course, if I wanted to now, I could then redirect this user to another location. So the most basic way would be to then your HTTPS my domain name, and off you go. You have then the secure version loaded of your page. Now, as I said, for members only, there will be more examples added in an extended version of this video. Be sure to check out the membership if you are not a member over at ScriptcaseByJamie, and with that, of course, you can have some extra content. That is all for the SC site SSL macro. Now, this is, remember, your bouncer at the front door yelling to your end users, no HTTPS, no blimmin' entry. No, you can't get in here. No, I'm going to redirect you to a safer environment where you can perform your important transaction, whatever that may be. Of course, face the wrath of those untrusted browsers where people may be wanting to steal all of your data, because that is, of course, the alternative, right? So if you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up. So if you found this video helpful, you know what to do. And of course, don't forget that every Friday here is Macro Day, where I show you how to use the macros within Scriptcase in the best possible way, so you can take advantage of all of that goodness. And of course, the best way for that is to be a member of Scriptcase by Jamie. So don't forget to let me know in the comments below how you are using the SC Site SSL secure macro to secure your Scriptcase applications. And I'll see you next week Friday for another macro day right here on Scriptcase by Jamie.